Hey, what's up, guys? King J coming to you live from hell. And today I want to talk about loving what you do. And I'm gonna phrase this as loving what I do. I've had to really think about what it is that I'm trying to get done. I have a long list of goals, a lot of things that I want, and I have this feeling like I don't have time. And then I have to remember that I have the rest of my life to do anything and everything I want to do. And most of the things, if not all the things that I want to do, are obtainable by me. I have the tools, I have the drive, I have the ambition, I have the belief, and that's the key, the belief. Believing in myself is something I've always struggled in. I've always gotten in my own way, and now that I've sort of boosted myself up and I'm grinding and it feels almost effortless. It's this like whoa, I'm not used to sustaining this. So it's like I'm building a relationship with myself, and I'm building a relationship with how I express myself. And that's the whole point of this, what I'm doing here, these podcasts. It's me expressing myself. There's not really a real purpose here. I have some, and that's something that I always do. I have these ideas, and I try to compartmentalize them. I try to have like a limit of things that I can do, because, well, I don't want to be bad at a bunch of things. I'd rather be good at a select few things. But I think if I can start now, by the time I'm older, I could have a really good skill set of things that are still, and the one thing I had to let go of is the idea that you can be too old to do something. I think the only case where you could be too old to do something is like health factors. If your health isn't a top priority and you're doing something that could harm you, then I'd understand. But in terms of a skill, an activity, a hobby, no, there's no limits. I make rap, and there's a lot of older rappers that are really good. I think of Freddie Gibbs, I think of Big Crit, I think of Andre 3000, I think of a lot of guys who or Rick Ross didn't get popular until he was already older. A lot of these guys, they don't treat this like they're an old man in a young man's game. They treat it like they're in the game and they got shit to say and they're going to say it. So I think it's very cool that there are rappers that are holding down this space for older people. And the content reflects that too, because it's more mature ideas, and it's a lot of stuff, and that's where I've always been torn. It's that like connection to youth, what's popular, what's cool. I've never really felt that I fit in, so I'm always trying to see what's cool to try and understand it, because and a lot of times it's really not that deep. It's pretty basic. Things are funny, so they're memes, and it's like an inside joke. You have to get it. And once you get it, there's really no more depth than that. In terms of music, the style is always evolving, but you could see the influence. And I think that every time there's a new wave of artists, it's really hard for me personally to like see what the wave's about. And then by the time I get into it, it's like already fading out, or it's already like super popular, and like everyone feels like that. Oh, that's dead already. We're on this thing. There was a time where I was always on the cutting edge, back when I was when I wasn't a little pleb. It was always about what was new, and then I gave up on that for a long time, and then slowly I crept back into the music scene and was like, well, what's this, what's that? And now I'm really like looking. That's like I made the video changing how I listen to music, and I'm really able to enjoy a wide variety, and really also enjoy the stuff that I used to listen to in a new way. Like, they're not tied to certain memories anymore. Old songs are not connected to when I first listened to them. It's like I could enjoy it now fresh, with like fresh ears. I had to give my ears a nice cleaning mentally so that I could enjoy sounds again. So I think that ties into loving what I do, seeing everything. And there's this thing that comes with meditation and yoga, and it's called beginner's mind. And it's like approaching everything like if it's your first time, every time. So that way it always feels new. It always feels fresh. You never get tired of the routine, because there's always something more to learn. There's always growth. And that was, I guess, scary to me, was the fact that I'll never reach a pinnacle. There'll always be room for improvement. There'll always be room to grow. And then why ever start if I'm never going to achieve a certain particular goal? But I think it's baby steps. It's goals and then bigger goals and bigger goals. Not just shooting for the stars and crying when you don't make it to the sky. You know, I'm right now, I'm on a rocket ship and I'm gunning it. I'm blazing through space and time right now, and I really don't know where I'm going in terms of all the stuff that I'm doing, all the projects that I have. But I don't feel the pressure on that. I feel pressure to get things done, but I don't feel pressure in how things are going to turn out. And I don't feel pressure for the outcomes of the things that I'm doing, which is really nice. And that's what I'd really recommend for everybody is enjoy the process. Love what you do, not what you get from it. And there was a Mike Tyson quote that I just heard from one of his podcasts where he says, you get everything, no, you may have everything you worked for, but you don't have everything you've worked for. Which is, to me, it's crazy because, yeah, you could put all this effort and not get the things you're looking for. So when you let go of the outcomes, you're just enjoying the process. And that's how you know you're in that zone. You're an animal. You're a beast. You're unstoppable. Because what can stop you? Can taking any loss set you back? Are setbacks really things that are going to destroy you? They're going to hinder your growth in anything that you're doing, whether it's fitness, sports, making videos, making music, making art. There's a lot of the majority of the things that get in our way are ourselves. You have to find a way to rise past the circumstances, whatever they may be, and whenever they come, because timing, it's unpredictable. It always is. You never know when things are going to happen right or wrong for you in your journey. So you just have to maneuver in a way where you're just steadfast in what you want. You want something, you're not going to let anything get in your way. And even the lack of getting what you want. Even when you just are trying and giving it your all and it's just not turning out the way that you want it, right there in that moment is when you need to persevere and push through. And the best way to do that for me is enjoying the process, loving what you do. When you love what you do, it's like they say, it's not work. So change your perspective on how you think about work. Why is something work? It's like grinding in a game. Most of the time, people don't want to grind in a game. But then why are they even playing? It's a game. It's not even real life. So when you approach the things in your reality the same way, it's a grind. It's going to take time, but you want results. You want it. You're going to get it. And you have to trust that you're going to get it. And you have to trust that it's not about the timing. It's about sticking with it, persevering. And to me, that's the key. The key is understanding that it's not about the time. And it's not about just simply staying determined. It's about what you're determined to do. Are you determined to get a goal? Or are you determined to keep going after what it is you want, despite the goal showing up or not? You can work for money. You can work for validation from people. You can work for anything. But if you receive those things and it's not what you thought it was going to be, it's because your heart wasn't in it. Your perspective wasn't in the grind. It was about achieving. It was about getting that goal. And the goal is supposed to represent the hard work. The goal is supposed to represent worthiness. And when we don't feel worthy for receiving something, we're never going to get to enjoy it, you know? And if you just get something and then you move on to a new goal, you never get to sit back and look at it from the outside in and really appreciate where you've come from. Maybe you were in a place where you felt like nothing, and then you're able to grow and advance, but you're not really aware of your growth because you're in the process of it, and you're really looking at these goals and they almost seem unattainable. You may have already reached a particular goal from way back, but you didn't fully acknowledge it or celebrate it because you're still just focused on another goal, on a bigger goal, on the bigger picture. When you're always focused on the bigger picture, you can't really enjoy the picture that is your life. All the aspects of it. It's like a Hieronymus Bosch painting. If you're just looking at it, it just looks like a clusterfuck of all this stuff, and that's cool. But when you look at the intricate details, and you're just really enjoying all the little aspects of it, then you're really in it. Then you're really enjoying the process of admiring the art. And that goes for when you make something, and it goes for when you view something, that goes to when you hear something. It transcends everything. Just enjoyment, loving what you do. To me, that is key. And you can never set yourself back because you didn't get a goal. If you don't see the results you're looking for, that should honestly be the fuel to keep going. And then once you see, because think about it, what if you got exactly what you wanted right now? Then what? Then what would you work for? Would your movie be finished? Would you be living in the credits of your movie? Or are you going to enjoy? I think the key is to enjoy now. Enjoy in your lack of, and then celebrate every victory. And everything can be seen as a victory. Everything. So when you're approaching failure, or when you're approaching the lack of your goals, look at it as the goals are never going to end. So my grind is never going to end. I might as well enjoy the grind. Have fun with the grind. If not, you're wasting time. You're wasting precious time. You're waiting on your reality. You're waiting on external to enjoy things internally. Enjoy your internal right now, and you're going to see that reflected back into your reality. That's what I've been going through. And it is a roller coaster. And then the point is, yeah, it is a roller coaster. So let's enjoy the ride. Let's enjoy the throw. I'm on the Iron Rattler right now, and I'm just trying to not throw up. And I want to enjoy every second of it because the ride doesn't end. I want to thank you for listening. If you made it all the way to 12 minutes and 28 seconds, I want to thank you. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you like more. Thanks for listening. King J out.